Hello there, and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing the Mandalorian. This is chapter 18, the second episode of season 3. I, for one, I really enjoyed the first episode. It was very much a setup episode, I guess you could say, and we've talked about that a little bit. And a lot of people, or a handful of people, got to see the first 2 episodes in one go. And from what I'm hearing is they really belong together. So they maybe should have released both episodes to everyone right away. But doesn't matter. Now we get to watch it, and I'm really excited to get into it. So I don't think I'm going to waste any more time here in the intro. Do you have anything you want to say?
As per usual, the baby is on speed dial. So, or has us on speed dial. So there might be weird cuts. Should he wake?
Yes, weird cuts that you'll probably only notice if you're watching the uncut version over on Patreon. Speaking of Patreon, please take a look at it if you want. We do have those full-length uncut versions. Sync it up to your own copy of the episode. That way you also support the channel, and we really appreciate all of the support. Also, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like, comment, all good stuff, all that good stuff. Wow, can't speak. I guess I'm just too excited. We really appreciate all you guys watching us here on YouTube as well, and supporting the channel in that way. But let's do it. The Mandalorian, chapter 18. Here we go. Huh? What the hell is going on?
I mean, there are a lot of parts missing.
Billy.
Push it back out in the street. You heard him. Pitroids?
No.
Let's say 2 months.
What the no?
Settle your snout. I'll put a rush on it.
Settle your snout.
I should charge you more, considering now I gotta work Boom to Eve.
What the?
Yeah, me? You know, I do have a life.
The Boon to Eve. Nice.
Quickly, before he sees you. Go. Put those parts back on the speeder. Paint them so they look different. Here you go.
What sort of shady stuff do you have going on here?
Go strip another speeder. It's Boom to Eve. It's right.
So steal other people's parts.
Yeah. Make a profit. That's the...
Well, where's my guy?
Hey.
Here it is!
Whoa! Bear.
You checking out Boba Fett?
I need a droid part.
Oh, boring. Hey, get the Jawas back.
Boba Fett name drop there.
They can't find the part?
Nope.
I need my droid fixed now.
Which is why I think you should buy this beauty here.
R5.
I need a droid that can explore ahead of me and test the atmosphere. Make sure it's safe to breathe.
Okay,
Well, that's actually pretty smart.
Yes.
And R5 is like, nope.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you this for half the price and throw in a free oil bath.
Oh? I get an oil bath?
You're an astromech, act like one.
Stupid droids in the background.
Oh, the pit droids?
Yeah.
Go for adventure.
What? Sorry, I can't hear you!
I don't know if this is a good deal or not.
Nah.
Yeah, may the force be with you.
You ready for an adventure?
Heck yes. The Mines of Mandalore. Nice.
I've never been there either.
Oh, yeah, well, of
I
course.
grew up there. On that moon. Concordia.
On Concordia.
A Mandalorian has to understand maps and know their way around. That way, you'll never be lost.
Oh, I love this. Him teaching him.
And then ground? Oh.
Wow.
Damn.
Imagine seeing this like on the big screen.
I'm gonna need you to scout ahead and analyze the atmosphere.
Nope.
That wasn't a question.
The surface is crystallized, alright.
Don't be a baby. Just get the samples we need. And hurry up.
Already got one baby in the group here.
If that was our baby, he would have gone.
Ooh, can I touch? Don't let anything happen to R5. Come on. It's gonna disappear. Yep.
R5. Don't worry, kid. I'll be right back.
Famous last words, right?
Oh. Oh, what the heck? What are those? Ah, there he is.
Okay. You're all right. Come on. Let's get you back to the ship.
Alright, what now? Did you take an air sample?
The charts were wrong. The atmosphere is breathable.
Nice.
Bo-Katan was right.
Well, that makes exploring a lot easier.
Absolutely.
Cool. Wow, look at this place. There we go. Waters. Bathe.
He needs to get beneath the mines, right?
Go to the living waters. Whatever that means. Who or what are they going to encounter?
Don't know, but it's spooky.
What in the... What? What even is that?
A huge
Crab
crab
droid?
droid?
But it looked like there was something living inside of it. Or it had like a real eye. What?
Is that?
Wow, it's creepy. It reminds me of General Grievous.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Oh, this is unexpected. Come on, Grogu. Oh no.
Get to Bo-Katan.
Ah! Stop it! Wow, it's got wings.
Yeah, it's a small dragon, kind of. Do they have dragons in Mandalore?
Thinking. Mythos. Oh.
No.
Come on, you can do this. Yep. Force push. No, thank you. No, just go. Lift off. Oh, okay.
Your Majesty.
Still brooding.
Let's get rid of him once and for all.
It's not...
Maybe I didn't make myself clear the last time. What happened to him?
Ooh, nice. Love that ship.
Yeah, I know.
Gauntlet. Well, even though she wanted to get rid of him, at least she's still willing to come save him.
Yeah.
Sandari.
It didn't always look like this. I'm gonna need you to guide me to him. Can you do that?
She looks so freaking cool.
Okay.
This was once a beautiful civilization. My family ruled it all. Now it's a tomb.
It's a teen. Here we go again.
Better luck this time.
Yeah. Usually it's like third time's the charm, but let's just hope twice does it.
I know that you're frightened, but I need you to guide me to him.
Yeah. You can do this. Be brave.
I knew quite a few Jedi, you know. I don't know what they taught you about us, but there was a time we actually got along quite well. Fought side by side.
What? What?
There was movement.
Huh. Nice. She's very efficient.
Did you think your dad was the only Mandalorian? Those are Alamites.
Elamites.
They used to live in the surface wastelands beyond our cities.
Okay.
If they survived, I wonder what else might have too.
Whatever this is.
Yeah. What are you what's the plan here? It's draining him? Ugh. Alright, the thing can scrap. Ooh, you're gonna pick it up? Oh! Nice! Ah! Ooh! Okay, she is way better at handling that sword than Din is. Oh, come on.
I'm gonna get you out of here, right? Can you move at all?
Creepy. Oh, it's going to the big one.
Yeah.
Behind you.
Yeah, behind you. Oh! Oh! Kill it!
How about slowly undrain him? What do we say?
Pump it back into him?
Fill him up?
Fill him up.
What is this?
You've never eaten pog soup.
No.
Can you appreciate the irony? Any Mandalorian worth their armor was raised on this since they were his size.
You rescued me, and I'll always be in your debt. But I can't go with you until I fulfill my obligation.
I will take you.
Oh?
Right.
Why?
You'd never find them on your own. Not in all this wreckage.
Thank you.
Don't thank me until you see them.
It's hard to believe that this all was once filled with our kind.
Yeah. Recognize.
Yeah. Close?
It must pain you to see it like this after witnessing its beauty.
What pains me is seeing our own kind fight one another time and time again. It made us weak. We had no hope to resist being smashed by the fist of the Empire. There. The entrance to the mines of Mandalore.
Ominous.
I was part of the royal family. I took the creed and was showered with gifts. They loved watching the princess recite the Mandalorian tenets as her father looked on proudly. Such a heartwarming spectacle.
Tell us more.
He died defending Mandalore.
This is the way.
What are you looking at?
What are you looking at? I love seeing them work together.
Yeah, you get all giddy.
Yes.
According to ancient folklore, the mines were once a mythosaur lair. Mandalore the Great is said to have tamed
Mandoa. Just like this.
Okay, open bodies of water.
Not a fan.
Nope. And with all those creepy critters we've already seen so far, like the rumors of a mythosaur lair.
And the words of the creed shall be forever forged in my heart.
Yeah, so that's what I meant. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
No. What?
Has he not been going through enough already?
She did not hesitate though.
No. I think you gotta be quick if you need to.
Did he just like drop or like something took him, right?
Yeah. Something did alright.
A mythosaur.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Don't. Don't. Oh. Oh, that was amazing. So much Mandalorian lore, and then we get to see Mandalore, and then we get to see a mythosaur in the end. And yeah, I just showed this one with the Mandalore text, and that's of course a mythosaur skull. You kind of like see it there underwater, even though it's very dark. I just want to watch the next one now.
All the Mandalorian fanboys are just losing it right now, I think.
Yep. Pretty much.
Did you expect that?
No. Not at all. Like, even though they mentioned the mythosaur in the intro, I thought that I'm not gonna see one, but maybe like the skeleton of a mythosaur.
Right.
But like, no. Still there, still alive, or at least one of them.
I was kind of expecting it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember why, but if the episode before, or if it was something you mentioned during one of your rants about Mandalorian. Well, it's a bit of a rant because if you start, you have to be stopped again.
Yes, I'll just keep going and going and going and going and going and going.
And I was like, I think you were just talking about like, yeah, Mandalore being culture and everything, and then I guess I came to the conclusion that we have to see a mythosaur at some point.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
one.
sure. Maybe like I wanted it to happen, but I just didn't want to give myself any like false hope that we were actually going to see a mythosaur. We even had the line back in season 1 from Quill when he was teaching Mando how to ride the blurg, and he said like, your ancestors used to ride the great mythosaur. Like, surely you can ride this young foal. So wow, great stuff. And hearing Bo-Katan talk about her family, how she grew up, how Mandalore was, and then even briefly mentioning her working together with Jedi, and that's definitely something we saw in the animated series with Obi-Wan and with Ahsoka. But yeah, they've also fought the Jedi, and they have definitely also fought each other, and that is really a big thing, like a big reason why they got defeated by the Empire so easily was because like they were divided even then and into different clans and couldn't agree on anything. So it's just like, if you could just unite all the Mandalorians, then that would be quite something. And it's sort of what I'm thinking they're building towards in this series. Is
at least in the series, right?
Yeah. At one point, uniting all of the Mandalorians, but who is going to unite them? Is it gonna be Bo-Katan? Gonna get a second try here, or is it going to be Din?
Yes.
They're building him up for a reason. He's got the Darksaber. Could he be a great leader? Could he be the Mandalore?
I'm just thinking, if and where Sabine Wren is gonna come into play.
Yeah.
Because we know that she's a Mandalorian herself, and she also had a lot of history.
Yes, and
Mandalore
came from a powerful family as well.
Yeah, but it hits with Bo-Katan a couple times, right?
Yeah, Asian. Like it's like she ended up giving the Darksaber to Bo-Katan, but then there was this whole thing with, well, Bo-Katan didn't win it in combat. She just got it handed to her, and even Sabine didn't win it in combat. She just found it in Maul's lair because Maul had the saber. Because he actually won it in combat, so like rightfully he's the, but he's dead now. Like he's gone.
Yeah.
The one who defeated him was actually Obi-Wan in the end. Sorry, spoilers if you haven't seen Rebels.
So Obi-Wan is.
But then Obi-Wan was defeated by Vader, so, and then Vader was defeated by Luke. So Luke is the no. Okay. I think you have to actually, fight with the Darksaber for it to count.
Yeah, sure.
Although Maul actually did, like, he got bested by Palpatine first, and then he was with So it's a whole thing, and then you can go into, because now Bo-Katan said it in the previous one, and she also talked about it in this one, like this thing with like, oh, these magic waters, and why do you. Like it doesn't mean what you think it does, and she doesn't really put a lot of stock in like the children of the Watch, like she's kind of ridiculing them for being for believing in this stuff too much. But then this whole thing with the fucking magic sword, but you believe that, and that's also like it doesn't have to be that way, but that's also because of creed and tradition. So there's so much of that in there, and their culture is quite old, dates back thousands and thousands of years, and we even got a lot more Mandalore in both Clone Wars and Rebels, and they told us about Tar Vizsla, who the original owner of the Darksaber, and he was both a Mandalorian and a Jedi, and like that whole thing. And yeah, just look up that story. Like it's great. So
but it's nicely done that they are hinting at all this stuff that happened. So if you don't want to, like if you want to know a little bit more about Bo-Katan and like Mandalore, and Mandalorians, but you don't want to watch like Rebels and Clone Wars and stuff, you still get like these snippets, like you still get some information about it, and enough so that you can kind of make up who Bo-Katan is and who the Mandalorians are and everything, but without first off giving it all away, and also just enough so that you can paint like a picture of
she didn't exactly like give us a recap of like some of the stuff that had happened in the animated series. So if you want to know more, you can still dive into those series, and you can get surprised, and you can see and learn some stuff that you didn't know about.
And I think that's also what they're doing here, like they're trying to kind of like plugging
their own stuff. It's
the
smart
animated stuff.
It's pretty smart doing it that way. And I wonder just like how many people are gonna go back and watch some of that stuff. Like you can even go back and then just pick like specific arcs inside of Clone Wars and Rebels where there are Mandalorians, and you can get that stuff without watching all of it necessarily. That can only recommend it to those of you who maybe haven't done that. And also those of you who might be thinking, I don't want to watch like Star Wars cartoons, it's too kid friendly. It really isn't. Like a lot of it is definitely quite mature in its storytelling, and it's not that different from the Mandalorian in tone at all. I would say some of those arcs, especially with the Mandalorians, and then also I mentioned Maul before, and now I've already given some of it away by talking about it. So sorry about that if you didn't know it beforehand. Speaking of mature stuff, what was going down in that mine? What was going on down in that mine? And that Grievous looking creature, the way he was like draining him for blood. And why? Is that how you feed? Maybe it is, and it's just because it needs it pumped into its system, and it can't feed in the traditional way. And it just, what was that thing?
I can't help but think, because I feel like I saw a lot of like Mandalorian helmets and stuff. I feel like there must have been, like, perhaps that was like Mandalorians who came to Mandalore to check out the mines and check out what was going on underneath the crystallized surface. And then they was taken aback by this horrible creature. It looked like that. I don't know, but it could also just have been, debris from bombings and everything.
Sure, or even maybe older than that, and it's been there for a long while, and it's been a creature that's just been living underneath the ground and dragging down Mandalorians throughout the years, even before the Purge. I don't know, but like there's so many story possibilities there.
We also got the Elamites, they were called.
Yes, and they were presumably, living there underground, like even back when, and for a long while, like they were part of the planet, but they're still there, and they are quite aggressive. And it was so cool, like seeing the juxtaposition between Din and Bo-Katan, like fighting with the Darksaber, where Din still really struggling with it, and Bo-Katan being extremely efficient or proficient with the saber, and just taking them out. Amazing action. I absolutely love that. And then also seeing Grogu do some stuff. Using the Force and also babbling a lot, like on the verge of talking, and I'm curious to see if that is actually going to happen, and what is he going to say, what is he actually going to sound like, because they have to nail that voice. It has to be right. It can't be like weird, or like people will laugh when he talks or something. Like it has to fit the character, so like that's a hard thing to balance, I think. But he took charge this episode and went back to Bo-Katan, and it really, way to go, Grogu. Good stuff. Oh man, that was great. I need to just let all of that Mandalorian goodness sink in, and I actually can't wait to sit down and edit this one. What else happened? We did get a little bit of Pelimato to begin with, Mos Eisley, and got the boon to Eve. Got to see that was going on, so that's why there were a lot of people in Mos Eisley, and we got to see the fireworks, and then them also taking R5 with them. So R5 actually getting to go on some kind of adventure here. I was afraid that we're just gonna kill him off. Thankfully, they didn't do that. Okay, it seems like our kid is awake now. So quickly, before we end it, Danish word of the day. Thought, like, just because of the context here, ancestors. That in Danish is
forfædre.
Forfædre.
So basically, the fathers before us.
It's actually forefathers, because that's also a word. But still, ancestors, forefathers, forfædre. Yeah, there you go. That's the Danish word of the day. And with that, gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always. Bye.
Bye.